So I just defeated JP in the house. Okay, I want to talk about appearance, your appearance, personal appearance. For young black men, young black women out there, especially if you got dark skin, you have to understand that the original people on this earth had dark skin. And the reason they had dark skin was because the planet was hot. And if they would have had white skin or lighter skin, they just wouldn't be able to function at 100%, and they wouldn't be able to enjoy all the benefits of life, like getting older but yet staying looking young. The full benefits because of the melanin content, the full benefits of actually eating food and tasting it and understand the full taste of whatever you're eating. Because I've read that those who don't have that melanin content doesn't get to absorb everything the way it should be and stuff. It's really interesting, you know. So if you got black skin, curly hair, and stuff like that, you know, get in the books and read up on that stuff because it'll let you know how you are, and it'll let you know just more about your physical, biological, chemical makeup and stuff like that. Now, that doesn't really matter because that does matter, and that matters on a natural sense. But on a personal thing, you know, how people look at you and stuff like that and judge you, that's all basically part of your actions and your words. You know, a thousand words can, I mean, a picture, a picture can be made, well, how do you say a picture's worth a thousand words, but a few words you can make thousands and thousands of pictures, you know, of how you want people to view you. And this is what this video is all about, you know. It's creating that image of you that you want other people to see and view you as, okay? And I'm going to a park while it is really raining out here. This is the typhoon number 4. I mean, not number 5, 4, number 5. Well, it is really raining. Okay, so let's park in here. Okay, parking here. Okay, it's a parking lot. Sometimes I come here just relax and stuff. Okay, anyway, so the picture that you're going to paint of yourself, it really depends on how you are and what you know and things like that. The best picture to have of yourself is, the best picture to paint is a picture of knowledge, of intelligence, of just being human, just being yourself and things like that. You can do that by the pretty much it's just your vocabulary, you know. What is your vocabulary like and things like that. So that's it's real good. There are emotional things that you can paint and things like that, but I think the best thing to do is just paint a picture of what you think of you and how you view yourself. Okay, and it's not all about, you know, I'm handsome, I'm cute, or anything, you know, because that really doesn't matter. There's this lady, this girl I used to hang out with in the Philippines. She was 20, I think I was like 27 at the time or something like that, 26, I'm not sure. But she was beautiful, and her mother was very beautiful from what I heard. I didn't get to see it because when I met them, her face was like, she didn't have no nose and no lips or anything, you know, and not no lips at all, but it was kind of like the upper one's kind of like burnt off, like if it was melted off, and she had some burn spots on her face where it was melted off. And what happened was she said her and her husband got into a fight. You know, he took a skillet and threw the contents of it in her face, but it was hot oil. I don't know if he didn't notice, if he noticed it or not. And she didn't get plastic surgery or anything. She just wanted everyone to notice that, you know. But they turned to me, so she was beautiful, more beautiful than her daughter, and her daughter was real fine. And but you know, she just continued to go about her business and whatever, and she still had friends and people when they, you know, she didn't cover her face or anything. When people looked at her, they just looked her in their eyes normally, you know, and talked to her, you know. And if she could walk around like that and feel comfortable with who she is, and don't worry about what other people are saying, then you know you can do that also. Okay. One thing is that a lot of people really don't know how to view people anyway. You know, they only judge you from the outside, don't really judge you from the contents or the contents, context, or whatever you want to call it, of who you are. But then that would be pretty much based on the communication or lack of communication that you have with that person or with each other. Now, let me jump on this racism stuff real quick. When white people call us, or whomever calls us nigger and nigga and all this stuff, you need to read about, go on this YouTube, search Sambo and niggas and stuff, and they'll talk about this ancient religion where the first god was black. His name was Sambo, and his chosen people were called niggas. And you just read it, go through it. There, Revolutionary Inc. has some of those videos too, and you'll see the books. You try to find those books and study them. Basically, when people have these names that they're calling them, you know, there might be a history to it. And the history to that one is that we were divine people and stuff like that. Now, whether the religion is whatever, that's not the problem. The point, the whole thing is, it was just that they discovered it, and somehow, you know, they just using it against us. And the word nigga has been here forever. It's been around, and the word Nigeria comes from that same form and stuff. And actually, there's this town or something in the Middle East. It's in Asia, you know, where this the city was built. I don't know, City of Gods or something like that. But go on to YouTube and find Sambos and niggas, and please watch it. It's very, very interesting. Very, very interesting. So basically, the best picture of the penny of yourself is get as much information as you can. You keep in shape. You know, if you're fat, that means you're rich. You know what I'm saying? What I mean is, if you're poor, you know, you can't get fat, because getting fat means you're eating. You know, and just change what you're eating and stuff. When people talk about you, though, and you're walking down the street and other people are looking at you, what you have to understand is that a lot of people might talk about you, and white people might call you niggas and this, whatever. But a lot of them know the truth. You know, they know the truth, and they just doing this to keep up whatever system and things like that. And that's all it is. You know, and you get on YouTube or whatever, and you were a slave. Well, everyone was a slave at some point to something. You know, and you know, everyone was a slave. You know, so it doesn't even really matter. Sure, even in Asia, you know, you got Asian people, you know, talking about us and stuff, but you read up on their history too. You know, they got pounded on too, and it's interesting, though. But basically, though, they say feel pride about yourself, but I want to say further than that, understand yourself, understand your chemical makeup, understand how much intelligence you have, how much you lack, how to get this, understand that. Because one thing, because they talk about things are hard, and you got all these abstract words, then, you know, I got pride. Well, what is pride? Well, I feel good about myself. Okay, well, what's feeling good? You know, it's just a stimulation that you create, that you thought, you know, you just created, you know, you made this thought and it stimulates your body, and you can do that anytime with almost anything, you know. So the whole thing is these things is called these facts, I guess, or whatever. But I believe everything is connected, and if it's not so much connected, there is a pattern. You know, that you can go from one step to another step to another step, and then people start using acronyms and stuff and symbols to describe something and things like that. So that's how you got to build your intelligence, by understanding that stuff, because it's stuff, you know, it's just stuff that you can do and you can learn. When someone asks you, well, what type of person, tell me about yourself, then what answer could you give? Someone says, you know, uh, tell me. If someone was to ask me, hey Ralph, GS, whatever, tell me about yourself. I'm like, well, what do you want to know? Well, you just tell me whatever. I'll just say, I say, hey, I'm just, bam. Then you got to stop, and then I got to stop, and then you got to really think about who are you, what you are all about. Tell me about yourself. Is it a biological thing? Is it going to be your intelligence? Is it going to be your social status? Is it going to be your money? Is it going to be this? What is it going to be? And so those are the things that you need to really study and understand about yourself and things like that. Someone asked me, tell me about myself. I just tell it straight up. I enjoy, how can I say it? Intaking information. That's what I am. I'm all about that. And I enjoy sharing that information. And then you're like, and then they're going to start getting more specific. And then when they start asking you specific questions, then you can give specific answers. And it's so much easier to describe yourself. That way, instead of say, well, I like this, and I like, because that's not, those are just, that's not really you. You know what I'm saying? Those are just things that I guess it is you, but it's still not describing the real you. So in other words, I met this person and he's like this and he's like that. But then, it could be too. It could be too, huh? That's some strange language. Yeah, y'all need to get those B right. It could, yeah, it could be true. But it just depends, on how you want to approach it. But being young and stuff, and being black and having black skin, that's just all of this is just you're just lucky enough to be born with the equipment that you need to form a relationship with the sun, so that you don't get old and you don't look old, and your body is much more stronger, and you get to enjoy the full effects of the earth and the food that you eat, and the intelligence, and the strength of your body, and just it's like it's being an actual child of the sun, child of the sun and stuff like that. So you have to understand that. And a lot of people, they're not going to understand it. They're going to be jealous and this and that. Because I'll tell you what, when you walking out in that sun, and if you have lighter skin versus somebody with darker skin, trust me, you got to look around. Because like I'm out here in Japan, and all these women, they wearing black this, black that, black stockings, black this. They got these black sleeves on their arms, or some got these black gloves with these long sleeves up their arm, to protect this skin from the sun. So, some saying, so they don't get any type of. Some people say do it because they don't want to get darker. But then I look at them and I say, really? And then the real ones say, no, because I don't want to get cancer. I'm like, okay, and it's really interesting. But then you got those saying, well, I love my skin, and it's okay because they love their skin, because that's what they have, and they have to love it. You can't walk around saying you hate your skin, and then you hate yourself. It doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, don't you hate your skin, and understand what your skin and what your chemical and biological makeup does, and how it really is an advantage. There's an advantage. They got maybe have their disadvantages, but definitely advantage and stuff like that. So learn about those. Try to eat nutritional, a lot of fruits, vegetables, things like that. Chill out on the meats if you can, and things like that. And save your money if you want to, stay in the house, study more. It's really important. But I guess that's about it. I'm out. Peace.